Defend Odessa. We have been assigned to defend against the enemy's main forces. In other words, Rebel's own unit. We will put up a defense line so that other enemy troops cannot move on the flank of our own main troops. I'll give you a briefing on our current situation. According to our intelligence, the enemy has deployed mobile artillery in several key locations as a means to contain our activities. In conjunction, they have stationed their assault troops, which are ready to break through our defense line. It might be easier to slip past the mobile artillery to crush Big Trey, but we can't leave the enemy behind us. We'd be risking attacks from the rear. Therefore, our first task will be to destroy the mobile artillery. Use extreme caution, as these enemy weapons were specifically designed to be long range. To facilitate our operation, we will have to make effective use of our support attacks. Once we wipe out the mobile artillery, head directly to Big Trey and destroy it. That should stop the other enemy troops from breaking through our defense line, at least for the time being. Lieutenant Renchef and Chief Petty Officer Manning will join us for this mission. Over.
I'm Lieutenant Renchef. Nice to meet you.
I am Chief Petty Officer Manning. It's a pleasure to meet you all. We lost a few soldiers in the Gobi battle. The only surviving members of my unit are Lieutenant Renchef and myself. Well, we'll be okay. Please include us in your attack team. We'll do our best.
I see that Odessa is also having a problem with supplies. It looks like we're better off than other places, but thanks to the commander, we have enough mobile suits to last us. I'm just worried about later on. For this mission, I understand that the standby team guards the command headquarters and the attack team heads to the front line. Of course, I'm with the attack team, right? I don't want to be the operator. I'll do my best.
I hear that Lieutenant Mash lost his life in battle. Now I'm really curious to know who the Gundam pilot is. He defeated both Lieutenant Ramba Raw and Lieutenant Mash. By the way, about Lieutenant Renchef and Chief Petty Officer Manning, I heard that the units they belonged to in the Gobi Desert had been wiped out. Those guys must be really skilled pilots to survive that kind of intense battle. It might be nothing, but there's something about those two. I can't put my finger on it, but I got a strange vibe.
Oh man, our unit's growing bigger by the day.
We can finally form a standby team and an attack team.
Even the standby team will be moving out in the Odessa operation.
You're right. This is an all-out attack on the Federation. We can't afford to lose this battle. To destroy the mobile artillery, we should take advantage of our support attack. Smoke grenades will blind their gunners momentarily so they'll stop firing. We should figure out how to combine these two methods effectively to produce an extraordinarily powerful attack.
The attack team will defend the right wing, and the standby team will protect command headquarters. Don't you find this a bit strange, though? Shouldn't we be assigned to the left wing where our defense is weaker rather than to the center?
Don't ask me. I have no idea what command headquarters is thinking. We just have to do what we're told. Right, Master Chief?
You got me there, Lieutenant. Now, let's get started with this job of ours.
All units, move out.
Roger.
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 We're here to honor the spirit of life. Drift out into space forever in eternal happiness. I'm well aware these soldiers are personally recommended for me to consider, but I'm losing patience.
Gaia and Ortega need to remind you that the operation has begun.
We done knew that. We're planning to get our revenge irregardless of your orders.
This mission isn't about revenge. The Trojan horse must be taken out to secure our rear defense.
I know the plan fine. Let's skedaddle, Ortega. Enemy located. Found one. Enemy located.
Ortega here. I've spotted the Trojan horse. We're commencing our attack and inflicting a little revenge for MASH.
It isn't about revenge. Try studying our plan.
He's too quick. Hayato, gun tank won't last against this guy because he moves like a turtle. Retreat! Retreat! If only I could. Keep your balls off this one, Dubs. You fix your man, I'll blast that Trojan horse.
plane taken out. Without their communication system, enemy troops are in complete disarray. Commander, Lieutenant Uragan is on the line for you.
I'm Lieutenant Uragan. Orders from Captain Makuve. The Fenrir unit will be relocated to K7 point.
Impossible! If we abandon this area, the enemy will break through the defense line.
Doesn't matter. This order takes priority. Please hurry.
Roger. We're heading to K7 point at once.
We're relying on you.
All units, we are now heading to K7 point. The Black Tri-Stars would never return to the front line. Zeon lost its share of ace pilots again. As the terrible battle raged on, we were given a new assignment. Our mission was to guard Captain Makuve's Zanzibar until takeoff. With Captain Makuve in command, Zanzibar would leave the war-torn Odessa and head into space. The Federation forces launched an all-out attack and breached our defense line in several areas. This misfortune was unavoidable, given the loss of our communication system, compounded by our inability to regroup. Even so, each and every soldier had given their best on the battlefield. At this stage, though, we were unable to stop the Federation forces. Our troops commenced their retreat from Odessa. The commander of each unit was attempting to carry out the difficult task of withdrawing while keeping disorder to a minimum. We too were on our way to the rendezvous point. Dobday rescue. The enemy has breached our defense line in several areas. We are now in danger of being besieged by the Federation. Other units have commenced their retreat, but it will be a difficult task in this state of chaos. The conditions around us are indeed grave. We must pull out of Odessa before the enemy surrounds us and link up with the Yukon submarines at the rendezvous point. However, before we take off, I want you to do one more thing. In a location not too far from here, the Dobday is under attack by the enemy, which has rendered it immobile. My guess would be its caterpillar tread is damaged. We must protect the Dobday from enemy attack and buy some time until all crew members are able to evacuate. Prepare to move out immediately. Over. teams, report current situation.
Blue team, all clear.
Red team all clear.
Green team, all clear.
All right, commence operation.
Linking up with the Dob Day takes top priority. Hurry!
The enemy!
Fire, fire!
Enemy!
How dare you!
Enemy located.
Enemy located.
Enemy!
Enemy retreat confirmed. We won!
We've successfully rescued the entire crew from the Dob Day. Every soldier and officer who had fought courageously in Odessa must not only retreat, but also fight through the enemy siege. And we must hold off the enemy in pursuit as we head to our rendezvous point.
To reach the Yukon submarines, we pressed through Odessa, where our forces were scrambling after the loss of their communications system. On our way, we encountered other retreating units. We escorted these Allied soldiers while hurrying to the rendezvous point. The Hunter. We're getting close to our rendezvous point with the Yukon submarines. Here, we'll separate from our allies we met along the way and continue on. The Odessa defense line has been breached in several areas, and I've been informed that enemy troops are in pursuit. We'll see if we can make it to the rendezvous point first, or if the enemy beats us to it. We will watch our backs carefully while we proceed. Should the pursuing enemy troops come too close, we'll hold them back and buy time for our allies to flee to safety. We'll head over to the rendezvous point afterward. We will never abandon our allies under any circumstances. Over. All units, watch for enemies.
You're not getting away. All units, don't allow a single soldier to escape. If you do, that enemy may come back someday and take you out. Keep that in mind and destroy them all! Huh? Yes, they're the ones. I fought them in the Gobi. Stubborn creeps. I'll put an end to this. It's payback time!
They've caught up to us. All units, protect our allies. Secure a path to retreat.
This feeling, I don't like it. Get out! Stop tormenting me!
Enemy located. Enemy located. Enemy unit.
Out there! I'm under attack. I've been hit.
Enemy retreat confirmed. We won!
We succeeded in shaking off the pursuing enemy. Our next step was to hurry to our rendezvous point, and so we parted ways with our allied troops. I'm afraid they'll have to fight even tougher battles from now on, and so will we. Odessa was still reeling from the loss of their communication system. We escaped Odessa and returned safely to California base. Around the time of our return, Captain Shar's Mad Angler Squadron was in pursuit of the Trojan Horse. Thanks to Captain Shar, who had observed the enemy ship reaching its headquarters, we finally determined the exact location of Jaburo. November 30th. Preparations were underway to assemble all our available units and take over Jaburo.
Thanks to the report from the Mad Angler Squadron, we've determined the exact location of the enemy's general headquarters, Jaburo. We'll gather all of our battle strength to attack and secure the base. Your mission is simple. Descend to your designated location and bring your area under control. That's all you need to do. If we succeed, all the difficulties we now face will be stamped out, and there will be hope for our future. 2 new members have been transferred here to join us for this mission. I've taken the liberty of assigning them to your unit. Get the details from your lieutenant commander.
Attack Jaburo. Thanks to Captain Shar's Mad Angler Squadron, we have mapped the exact location of Jaburo. Ever since our arrival on Earth, its whereabouts had remained a mystery. Now we are prepared to assemble all available battle strength and crush Jaburo. We will descend with other units from the Gao and sneak into Jaburo from one of the entrances discovered by our scout unit. Then, as we move deeper into the base, we'll secure positions one at a time. You're all aware that the progress of this war so far hasn't left much room for optimism. But if we destroy Jaburo, the enemy's general headquarters, it just might be the turning point to raise the morale of our comrades on other fronts and to crush the spirit of our enemy. I expect you to do your best. One more thing. Lieutenant Sophie and Lieutenant Sandra will join us for this operation. Over.
I'm Sandra. Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm finished with my preparations. I can go anytime.
I'm Lieutenant Sophie Fran. I'm now fairly used to Earth's gravity, so my combat skills are fine now. It's good to meet you. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared, but what has to be done, has to be done. After all, I am a soldier.
Our objective is to destroy everything in sight and take control of our designated area. If I'm picked up for the attack team, I'm not gonna hold back.
If we're to crush the base, we might as well neutralize the enemy facilities as we go. We'll destroy the lookout posts before they can report our movement. That way, it'll make it much easier for us to advance. I want to avenge my comrades who lost their lives in the Gobi and Odessa.
Manning, I couldn't care less if you have a grudge against me. I'll look after everything on my end. You just make sure to take care of things on your...
I know that. Don't lecture me, Lieutenant.
Fine.
We can't use DOP or Magella attack support once we're within the base. Well, I guess that's obvious.
This is a huge mission. Please let me in the attack team. I have to do it.
This day has finally come. If only we discovered the base's location a lot sooner. But there's no sense crying over spilt milk. I'll just do the best I can.
I hear that more than 50 mobile suits are taking part in this mission. I'm amazed we've been able to gather that much battle strength. I'm sure the enemy will put up a fight considering this is their general HQ, but we'll give her a try. I'll cram loads of ammunition down their throats. We'll just keep moving deeper and deeper, and pray that the route we take will lead us to their command headquarters. This is our chance to give them a taste of what they did to us in Odessa.
Good lord, I never thought I would hear the word pray from you.
If it was sure to win us the war, I'd consider selling my soul.
You've got no choice in the matter, but be aware that you're about to enter one tough battle. Since we don't have a map of Jaburro's interior, we should keep in constant contact and secure enemy positions one by one as we go along.
teams, report current situation.
Blue team, all clear.
Red team all clear.
Green team, all clear.
All right. All units, move in. All units, move in.
Enemy troops have breached the dome. Counterattack! Counterattack!
Code Alpha.
Careful. Enemy has added reinforcements.
It's the end of the line. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to be it. None of these facilities look like command headquarters. It's more likely a dock for space warships. There's one space warship here. Is this the Trojan Horse? No, it seems somewhat different.
Checking data. The vessel is not found in our database, though it is a space warship similar to the Trojan Horse.
Ah, fool's errand.
I'm changing our attack target. Destroy the space warship as well as all facilities in the area. We paid a heavy price to get this far. Let's make it worthwhile.
An unknown mobile suit is approaching. It looks to be a new model. Please be careful.
What? A new model?
It appears to be a Gundam type. There's one enemy.
Get him! Destroy everything in sight! Absolutely everything!
Roger.
So, we meet again.
That voice. You're that pilot.
I couldn't finish you. Lieutenant Agar, what are you doing? The mud rock is not complete. Please return! Look what's happening! You want everything to be perfect? If it moves, it'll do. Right now, objective.
Don't let him attack.
Get out of my face! That's impossible! Gundam... Oh, there's no way Gundam can be defeated! Ah!
Confirmed destruction of new model of enemy mobile suit.
All units, retreat! The other units are struggling to keep afloat. All units have started to pull back. Despite assembling all the military strength at our disposal, our attempt to move on Jaburo ended in retreat. We succeeded in damaging the enemy's new model of mobile suit, in addition to their battleship. But as for the core facilities, our forces simply weren't big enough to secure all of Jaburo. I didn't expect the Federation to have this much strength. However, the fact that we were able to do some damage to the enemy's general headquarters should be enough to raise morale among our comrades fighting in other areas and cause unrest among our enemies. But it wasn't without considerable cost. More than half of the mobile suits that participated in this operation were destroyed, along with their pilots. We shall never forget the blood-red sunset over Jaburo that day. The Federation forces had commenced counterattack operations in North America. The enemy's final target was California base. Some time ago, it had been our own target, and now it became the last stronghold for all our remaining North American forces. Final defense. As you already know, the Federation forces are aggressively taking the offensive, even here in North America. We have, of course, been put on the defensive, and it's going to be a desperate fight. The enemy is approaching California base, and their attacks against our perimeter are growing more powerful by the day. I've just been informed that the enemy is about to breach a section of our defense line. We'll head out immediately and stop the enemy from crossing the line. Over. James, report current situation.
Blue team, all clear.
Red team all clear.
Green team, all clear.
All right, commence operation.
retreat confirmed. We won!
Our unit was instrumental in successfully protecting the defense line from the enemy. Though the battles would get tougher, it looked like we could hold out for now. But for how long?
December 13th. The Federation has intensified their attack. It is now only a matter of time before California base is besieged. During this time, the base was sending soldiers, officers, and supplies into outer space, using every ship capable of escaping Earth's atmosphere, until there was only one HLV left. In order to ensure that the last vessel would be sent safely into space, someone had to remain on Earth to protect the launch pad. Some were in favor of sending us into space, but without us, there was little chance of the launch pad being adequately protected. The battle strength of California base, once the largest in North America, had dwindled to nothing. I made the decision to remain behind. As long as comrades were still fighting on Earth's soil, I would never step foot off this planet.
This is the final stage of our relocation of officers, soldiers, and supplies from the North American region into outer space. I thank you all for your great work. This will be the last HLV to launch from California base. I had originally planned to have you all board the vessel, but it doesn't seem possible now. The Federation forces are approaching, and they intend to keep the last HLV from lifting off. We must form a defense unit using volunteers. Inform your personnel that this is a volunteer mission, and to give it some thought before they decide.
Hail Zeon! First of all, I'm proud to see that you have all decided to remain. Though this mission is a raw deal, I'm pleased you have chosen to join in. As you know, we have been sending all our war resources into space, using every ship capable of escaping Earth's atmosphere. This vessel is the last of them. The last HLV is preparing to take off. Our mission is to hold off the enemy attempting to stop the launch, and buy enough time for the HLV to reach the safety of outer space. In order to do so, the formation of a defense line to hold off the enemy isn't enough. This measure alone won't prevent the enemy from advancing. We must also disrupt their communication system. This has proven to be the most effective tactic in our previous battles with the Federation. This, of course, means less units fighting on the defense line, which makes it a bit risky. But I know we are the only ones who can carry out this mission. After we see our comrades off, I expect you to make it through alive, so we may all gather together again. Victory to Zeon! Those words I shall use as a prayer for the future of all space noids. Hail Zeon!
war no matter where we go, right? But I'd rather stick with the people I already know. Though I'm not sure how much longer I can keep your machines in working order.
I am the tech chief of this unit. If the unit decides to remain, then count me in too. All your equipment's been fully maintained. I am worried about future operations, though. Looks like we won't be resupplied from now on.
We can still fight. Let's show them some Zeon spirit.
It's only been 9 months since our forces landed on Earth, but it feels like we've been fighting this war for years. By the way, about Lieutenant Renchev, he seems a bit too belligerent. I think once he's out there fighting, he won't back down from anything. I feel that his personality may have been partly responsible for the annihilation of the soldiers in his unit. Of course, we need people like Lieutenant Renchev to win this war. His personality is essential for a soldier.
There really wasn't any choice. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said we're the only ones who can hold the fort. We must figure out a way to slow down the enemy if this mission is going to be a success. Pay special attention to enemy mobile suits that seem to have greater agility and firepower. In any event, I'll just focus on carrying out the mission given to me.
If anyone's sticking around, it'll be me. I know it'll be difficult to protect the base to the very end, but I'm sure we'll find a way. In any case, this time I refuse to follow any orders that could easily turn my comrades into casualties.
Looks like the enemy is attacking the missile base. We were relying on that base for backup, but that's not possible now.
The more people we have to guard the vessel, the better. I gave my ID tag to a friend who's a passenger on the HLV. But that doesn't mean I intend to lose my life out here. I gave it to that friend of mine as a lucky charm to make sure we live through this war. So let's all do our best.
Oh man, you stuck around too?
Of course I did! I couldn't let you be the only one to risk your life, old man. Besides, if I did leave, I'd have to train myself to get used to space warfare all over again. That's why I decided to remain on Earth.
Well, you sound like a real soldier, kid.
Considering I'm not much older than a preschooler.
He sure taught you a lesson, huh, Matt?
No worries, Lieutenant. I'm sure just our little group can keep the enemy at bay long enough. The Feddies are gonna regret this. The only thing you need to worry about is keeping us grunts in line. That's what being a good leader is all about. As for the plan, we should pick guys who've got enough mobility for the team to destroy the enemy's command center. The enemy outnumbers us and we'll use it to their advantage. You don't have to worry. We'll send that sucker into space. Ha ha ha!
Matt, you've remained too.
Hey, I've already told you I'm still alive because I've been serving under you, right? I'm not about to leave here and risk taking orders from some bonehead.
Oh, well, the most important thing is to keep the enemy away from the HLV until it takes off. We can't give them a chance to attack. We'll have to crush the enemy before they get close enough to shoot the HLV. I know it's easier said than done.
Don't let the enemy get any closer until the HLV takes off. Got that?
Roger.
Enemy located. I'm not finished yet. Enemy located. Enemy! Enemy! Enemy located. Enemy! Retreat! Retreat at once!
Enemy command plane taken out. Without their communication system, enemy troops are in complete disarray.
Good. All units, get ready to...
Wait a minute. Intense heat source approaching. It's fast, but it can't be. No mistake about it. It's Gundam!
What?
Sorry I kept you waiting. It's payback time.
The enemy troops who were in complete disarray are reorganizing themselves. This time, it's our own defense unit that's starting to run around in a panic.
This is only one mobile suit. It's unbelievable how powerful it is. All units, we're destroying Gundam.
Roger.
Enemy located. Take me down.
This is the mobile suit I've been waiting for. It combines Gundam's mobility with incredible firepower along with... Not bad. It doesn't matter. This is a Gundam. You want to grapple with me? My Gundam can handle it. Check out my firepower, my mobility. What's going on? I don't like this. This feel... What's wrong? Move! Move! I didn't expect it would end like this. That emblem. You mean it's the guy from that day? No, it can't be. During that battle, I remember sending a missile straight into his cockpit. You guys are really persistent, you Zeon scum.
Gundam isn't moving at all. Enemy troops now retreating.
All troops, go to alert status 2. We were successful in sending off the last HLV into space without any disruptions from the enemy. The focus of the war would now shift from Earth to outer space. However, this was by no means an end to the battles on Earth. As long as our comrades remained here, we would fight. Our supplies might diminish and our enemy's siege might escalate with each passing day. Even so, we would endure to the end. We would never give up. last fang. At ease. We received a message from some allies requesting assistance. Judging by the fact that the recurring message isn't coded, we can assume the situation is desperate. There's no intelligence on the enemy's battle strength or on their current deployment, but we must provide support for our allies as soon as possible. We will advance toward the source of the signal and wipe out enemy troops in the vicinity. Depending on the severity of the situation, we may cut our way through the enemy and escort our allies as we retreat. Once we rescue them, we can link up with our allied forces in this area. All units, make sure to equip yourselves with plenty of gear before we move out. Over.
We didn't have enough time to load enough supplies and equipment when we left California. To make matters worse, we have no gear for desert combat. Sure, those war spoils from the enemy supply base are useful as makeshift parts, but it's getting harder to maintain them. I don't know about this. I almost wish I'd gone up to space when I had the chance.
Your machines are prepped well enough to endure a tough battle. That's about all I can say for the time being. I'd like the chance to do a brief overhaul at a fully equipped facility, but...
Our allied troops sound like they're in a panic. The place must be swarming with enemies. Who cares? I'll give them a whooping.
The situation sounds quite desperate. I hope the Allied troops are safe for the moment.
It'll be good for us to link up with our allies. It's been hard enough with so few supplies. But it'll be even harder if we can't maintain our machines properly.
We must rescue our allies in danger. Besides, any information they could provide about the enemy in this area would be helpful.
Looks like the situation in this area has changed dramatically since I was last here. I thought I could advise you, but sorry, I can't be any help.
I'm ready to go anytime. Let's hurry.
I'm itching to leave. The way things are going, we have to hurry. But we don't know how many enemies are out there. We gotta move carefully, but quickly, too.
Ensign Nicky, starting to take charge, are you?
Of course. I'm no longer excess baggage anymore, old man.
Trust me, I won't let anyone call you excess baggage.
Oh, really? I believe it was Matt who's been calling you that up until this moment. Right, Matt?
You got me there. We made it this far by marauding the Fetish supply bases and supply troops. But camping out in the desert is taking its toll. I hope we can link up with the Allied base pretty soon.
It took so long to locate our allies. We must find a way to save them. It's hard to devise a strategy, though, when all we have is the source of their signal. We have no idea what's out there, which means we should avoid any open areas. That's about all I can say for now.
All units, move out.
Our allies are repeating their transmission. We must hurry.
Number 11 supply unit here. We've been besieged by the enemy and we're helpless. Reinforcements requested. Reinforcements. Somebody, please respond.
Sorry we're late. You'll be all right now. Don't worry.
Good. Reinforcements. We're saved.
How dare you?
Enemy retreat confirmed. We won!
Good. All units, we're clearing this area.
Commander, wait a moment, please. I'm receiving a transmission on all channels. I'll patch it through.
Attention all Zeon officers and soldiers. I am Prime Minister Darcia Bakarov. Supreme Commander Giran Zabi, along with Rear Admiral Kasilia Zabi, have lost their lives in battle. Therefore, Abawaku has surrendered. At present, the Republic of Zeon and the Earth Federation government have agreed to a ceasefire. Our battle has come to an end. I beseech you, officers and soldiers, as the national sovereign, I have proper authority to give the order. All forces,
Immediately suspend hostilities and lay down your weapons. I repeat, immediately suspend hostilities and lay down your weapons. The war is over. Attention all Zeon officers and soldiers.
We arrived safely at the command headquarters while escorting the Allied troops we had rescued. The Prime Minister's ceasefire announcement was being broadcast repeatedly even now. The actions of the Federation forces and other factors indicated that the agreed-upon ceasefire was indeed genuine. The Principality of Zeon had been defeated. For our nation, for justice, and for the protection of our loved ones, defending the Zeon flag, our soldiers were pitted against a formidable enemy. Each came from a different background, and each fought for a different personal reason, and many lost their lives. The Principality of Zeon was defeated. However, as long as there are comrades who continue to fight for their beliefs, kindled by their love for those on the home front, our own battle will likely never end.